748, we're glad that you're here. I'm also glad that Gene Burk, CEO of College Prep Genius, is joining us. And Gene just got done working out. Man, I tell you what, we're glad you're here. How you feeling? Good?
I'm feeling great. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. All right, so there's this suggestion that public schools are filled mostly by non-white students, and that there is this suggestion, I was reading this in the Christian Science Monitor, that for the first time, public schools are filled mostly by non-white students, right? I'm looking. Where do they get this number from? I mean, there's no survey or anything that I can read here.
You know, who knows? But, you know, it depends on what state they're talking about. It depends on, you know, what area. I guess you could make any poll fit. So, it could be that it's in an area that is predominantly a certain minority group as it is, you know, but, you know, that's how the media is. You never know where they get their information from.
Well, no, I agree. And I'm looking at this thing, I'm reading it, you know, to prepare for our discussion here. And I'm thinking, well, okay, well, who did the research? Where are you getting this from? And so somebody's suggesting this. And no, I'm not, you know, saying that in certain areas, as you say, it isn't true. So what do you think would be the more logical solution to prepare ourselves as we move forward with the kids from different nationalities?
Well, you know, according to that article, one of the biggest complaints was that students who were more in a predominantly minority school wouldn't get the same kind of education as everyone else. And these were the parents, actually, the ones that were complaining.
Right.
And so, my take on it is that there's a lot of burden on the school districts, and I think that we want them to do everything for us. You know, well, this is not a good school. This is not a good school. Well, because there's not enough taxes to pay good teachers. Well, you know, I would come back to the fact that I put it onto the parents. If the school district that your kids are in is not the best, you know, take responsibility. I mean, we live in a society where, you know, you can go to the library. It's completely free. The Internet's completely free. You know, if your child's not, since they don't speak English, you can go online. If you don't have internet at your home, go to the library and, get on their computers. I don't think there's any excuse. We want to dump everything on someone else. Let them take our responsibility. And
Gene.
So, parents, take your responsibility.
Gene, outstanding. I'm going to give you applause. That's exactly the way I see things too, and I would say so. Well, I mean, I am so grateful that you're here. CEO of College Prep Genius, you're absolutely right. I'm looking at this thing going, wait a minute. I mean, you do the same thing that I did when I was a kid. You did. You work your fanny off. You work as hard as you can. You do the best that you can. That's what you got to do. Quit complaining and do what you need to do to be successful. Simple. Right, Gene?
Exactly. We don't have an education problem. We have an initiative problem.
Yeah.
And you just make it happen. I mean, we live in this entitled world where the kids are growing up where the world owes me something, and we're raising a bunch of emotionally unstable students who the first time they're told no, they're going to fall apart. And so I see both ends of the spectrum. Like you say, we've got the families who are hollering that the schools aren't doing enough, and then you've got the kids who want everything given to them, and so you've got one extreme or the other, and it's got to come back down to being self-governed.
Gene?
And taking that independence and responsibility on yourself.
I got to wrap it up, but you are absolutely, positively correct. I agree with you. I'm glad you were working out today because you're a woman that is going to be out there doing exactly what needs to be done. You're in great shape. Well done. We're going to certainly have you back on again soon. I promise you.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
It was our pleasure. That was good. Let's take a look at traffic.